Hello. In this very first lesson, we're going to talk a little bit about OBJ versus STL, and we're also going to talk about FDM, fused deposition modeling, versus resin. So, and this is my own personal preference, and I do this to keep myself organized. Um, if I'm going to print something in resin, I save it as an OBJ. If I'm going to print something in using FDM, fused deposition modeling, I'm going to save it as an STL. And as you recall, we saved a couple of different models using both mesh and NURBS. So remember, I saved two as FDMs, and that was Rubin Vase 1 and 2. And you can see those are automatically saved to be opened up in my bamboo slicer, not like the name of the software is bamboo, and the printer is as well. And this one here is saved to be opened up automatically in Box. So Box is for resin, and this is probably the only time we're going to talk about resin in this class. But if I click on here, you'll notice I'll start to get my Box Pro will open up. You don't have to worry about this. You're not going to use it. And there you can see here's my two objects that have come in on what's known as the build plate. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and right now these models are come in as like a group or one object, and I would never want to do that. I just want to show you kind of how befuddling this can be. So I'll go ahead and change this model, or split this model up a little bit. Okay. And then generally, if you're doing something in resin, you have to do all these different steps. Like you have to orient your model. I'll just click on this and I'll go to auto orient, and I'll click on this one. I'll go to auto orient, which is never the way I would want to do it, because when you orient something, you have to have what are called supports, and you always want to be thinking about cleaning off your model. Okay, and if you're cleaning off your model, that means you're going to have to break supports off. So if I click on this guy and I go to supports, and I just decide to go to auto support, okay, all of these things here are going to have to be like broken off this model, but I've got this beautiful flat spot that I don't want to use, or I don't care about. So I could actually select this guy, go back to prepare, select this one, and I could choose to rotate it like that. And then if I clicked on it and decided to use supports, you'd see it would get supported in all these areas that I would actually can be able to break off. So that's pretty great. Let's go ahead and clear all. Other things you have to consider when you're printing in resin is you have to hollow out your models. So you always have to click on your models and you have to hollow them out. Okay, and you can see here it's showing me that there's something in there. And when you hollow out your model, that means you would actually have liquid in there. So then you also have to put holes in your model. So I can say I want a hole there. I want a hole there. And then you got these little things you have to get rid of. But then you can select that guy and you can go ahead and slice it. Or no, sorry, not slice it. My bad, my bad, my bad. You can select that thing and you can go back to supports, and you can go ahead and you can add supports to it. Okay, and then I could go ahead and slice it and I could send it to the 3D printer. It's a lot more complicated than what I'm showing you here. But so basically what we just looked at, and this is probably the only time we're going to look at this during this class, is how to set something up and how resin printing differs from FDM, fused deposition modeling. So I'm going to stop the video here, and in the next one I will give you a proper lecture on prepping something for FDM. So I'll see you soon. Bye.